Don't you dare let that man marry you. Because if you marry that man, then guess what? Now he got access to the baby. He's your husband. So if he wants to take the baby, he can. No,
Uh-huh.
you couldn't play me. And just because your baby mama daggone cheated on you, don't come running back to me. I'd make him suffer. Ain't nothing you can say to me to daggone change my mind and want to be with you after you dog me
Big
and
Mama,
huh?
she just have a child. She's vulnerable. She's hurt. A lot of hormones. She can't think good now. So he's gonna play in it, Big Mom.
Yeah, play on her mind.
Uh-huh.
Play on her thoughts. Now she thinks that oh, he loves me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? No, he does not love you. He just want his hands on this baby so he can throw it up in your
Uh-huh.
face. But I wouldn't fall for it.
There's a
Dang.
snake.
Yeah, very much. I wouldn't want no parts of it.
They will fight for your son again back. No.
Mm-hmm. And now the baby out there, he only want the baby because it's something that'll make you and him. I don't even think that he really want to be bothered with the girl. I just think he wants bragging rights, and that's terrible that you dad gonna put this girl on to where you think that you can have her money held up because you was whoever you were. Like, even if he did put you on, you're not my husband. You don't have control of my money.
Uh-huh.
So I'm glad that she broke away from him. I don't like daggone music people that think that they daggone have more rights than you do over your money. Because if it wasn't for me, it wouldn't be no you, motherfucker. Shit.
And if it was for me, there was no baby. Fuck you.
Right. And it be the men that don't want to have a baby talking about getting them that OB word. Like, no. Because if that was the case, we shouldn't have laid down and daggone even been unprotected having sex. Period.
Uh-huh.
It's the one, and then these men hate to pay child support. They hate child support. Some will delete you so they don't have to pay child support. Don't know if they delete you, they still gonna have to pay child support to whoever the heck got that custody of them babies.
Wow.
Just doing everything under the sun to try to hurt this girl. That's it. That's all. He don't want you. He don't love you. He don't want. He didn't even want the baby. I thought. And then you think I
Wow.
want, you think that I want that girl, that baby mama is crazy. I done seen her standing outside of Blue's house, busting the windows up with something. She's crazy. And that little boy, he's being exposed to domestic violence and all of that stuff. That little baby boy is Blueface's first baby mama.
Wow.
I wasn't no court gonna grant him nobody's children. A man think that they can raise a child, but honey, you need help. Should it take a village to raise kids? Kids don't want to be daggone it. They want everything dished out to them. They don't want to listen. You try to save them, from being out here because the streets are daggone eat them up. The streets ain't got no love for nobody's kids out here. So that's why, as a single mother, having young men, you have to put your feet down on them. You got the daggone down there, daggone tear their tails a new daggone ass if they not listening to you, because you're trying to keep them out of jail or hell. And it take a hell of a mother, a single mother, to raise a young man. It does by herself with no help. You a damn good mama if you done been a raised mother that done raised your children without the help of a man.
Oh yes, Big Mom.
Yes, ma'am. A hell of a woman. Cause just dealing with one kid is enough. But if you got a house full of kids, and it's a lot of my little cousins right now, they got 5 and 4 kids, and that's a lot. And I yearn to be a mother with all my kids in the house with me, just to see how it would have been to raise all of my children. But my auntie stole that from me. But we got to learn how to be parents and grandparents. Life is too short to deny anything that you created as a man or a woman. If you know you've been with that person,
It's a possibility.
you need to own up to your daggone responsibility.
Can't say you can't.
It's men out here that make kids and don't even want to be a part of their children's lives. Like how I yearn to be a part of my children's life.
Mm-hmm.
And you got people out here that wouldn't even give a daggone turn your head for them. I yearn to be in my grandbabies' lives.
Exactly.
Not just Fat Daddy, Amani, the other grandbaby, Cam, Kamari, Yvette, you know what I'm saying? Journey, all of them are my grandbabies. Them are my offspring.
Big Mama, you have a grandchild that's named Yvette?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, my son named her after her grandma.
So damn.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a junior.
Yvette. Oh, that's nice, Big Mom.
Yes, ma'am. And she looked just like her grandmama.
Good God Almighty.
Oh.
Yes.
She up there. Looking like her grandma.
Her name is Harmony.
Goodness
Her name is Harmony Yvette.
And they love their grandma and grandpa.
Yes.
They love their grandma and their grandpa.
Yes, they do.
Good God Almighty, do kids.
And I miss them. And that's why I want to be a part of my grandbaby's life. Like in the summer, they should be making arrangements to go stay with grandma.
They should have
come
with grandma. Y'all going to grandma's house.
Yes, grandma baking pancakes with them, grandma singing with them, tell them about stories about God.
Yes.
A lot of things. Yes, what grandma's supposed to do, Big Mom.
That's right.
We spoiled the shit out of them. We showed the fuck. I ain't gonna lie. I spoiled my grandbaby.
I felt so bad when my fat daddy called me yesterday and told me, Grandma. I said, yes, Fat Daddy. He said, I want to come over your house. I said, well, Fat Daddy, Granny just gave you back to your mommy.
He said, I don't want to be
here. He said, I don't want to be here. I want to be with you, Grandma.
Yep.
Oh.
And that broke my daggone heart to pieces because Neeby was knowing how to daggone let him pull on my heartstring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gold, Big Mama. That's gold.
I told you, baby, he was going to want to be off the baby. I said, baby, we going to be the one raising Fat Daddy. We want to raise Papa.
He want to come over my mom's house. I said, why you want to come over here? You be there with your mom. He said, I want to be over your house. Oh.
Yes, that's very nice to hear.
I said, babe, we gonna be the ones that end up with cash. I said, Papa gonna be right over here with us.
Bro. I love him and I miss him too. Because he busy.
He learns everything over here. Everything he learns over here.
He's such a good baby.
Yeah.
And that's why I said we got to keep him away from family members that's, because if he had been raised over there with them people over there, Lord have mercy, that baby probably been daggone all kind of dealings right now. That's why I want my baby, God moves her from that cyphers before she would even have a child to have to endure putting her child in that situation. Generational curses have to stop. Like I said, it's just crazy. But this topic was about Blueface and Chrisean. Just don't let that man get a hold of your children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's the devil.
He done signed himself over and
one of them. He's 1%, silly ass boy. Stupid in the motherfucker.
And they use y'all to.
Exploit
That's exactly what Hollywood doing, exploiting y'all. They are exploiting everything y'all do all the fights, all the drag out, everything that y'all do, it's on the internet. And that's why I don't mind putting my life out here, because my life ain't it ain't nothing to hide. See, people don't want you to talk about stuff because you're gonna expose a lot of
Okay.
things.
So what? It's supposed to be out here.
And I think a lot of families need to get together and have a family.
Better right now than God.
Yes, right. That's right. Because, see, God is daggone sure enough beating some of my family to pieces.
Better right now than God.
Oh, yes, ma'am. And people need to be loving on one another instead of trying to feud with one another and things of this nature. But some people, these kids, these youth under our kids, let me tell you something, they so disrespectful. They don't know nothing about no God and want to go and walk in church talking about you changed. Ain't nothing changed about you but them daggone eyelashes and wigs you wearing. You still a faggot.
Oh my Lord.
You still a bati boy. You still a booty bandit. Shoot. Ain't nothing about that changed. Because if God was in you, you would know you ain't changed and you ain't been saved. And get mad because your daughter ain't stealing the life. I'm trying to save my child. But if she had been stale over there, she'd be living in the daggone devil's daggone den. Because they sure want her to be gay. They just wanted that to rub in my face. Your daughter's gay. No, y'all made her gay. Shit, the fuck? My daughter like men. She know who she is. She just took the wrong turn down following the devil. You know, a lot of people follow the devil's daggone, road. They don't too many people want to follow the God's road. Because his road is very narrow. Very few want to travel down God's road. But like I said, Chrisean, don't you dare let this man fool you, ask you for marriage, come in, get a divorce, and then take your child away from you. Don't you dare let Blueface do that. Cause that's how I see this gonna happen. Now that his baby mama done daggone, everybody in the world know that she done cheated on him. And he daggone got slapped in the face because he daggone upheld this woman in your face like she was this queen and this daggone perfect daggone specimen. And now look, he done got slapped in the face. The whole world knows he been cheated on. Now he going to run back to Chrisean. I don't like them kind of men. After shit don't happen where they thought I go upheld everything. Now everything falling apart. Now they gotta come back running with the tail tucked underneath. No, ma'am. Stay over there with that girl and your babies. Shit, that's what love is all about, I guess, huh? Going through the bullshit with one another. But see, women only can take so much. We ain't gonna keep taking the daggone cheating and sleeping around. Y'all can make us sick.
Yes.
So we don't want, and then y'all ladies out here sleeping around. Y'all, this man, he upheld that girl. And now the world knows why he up here upholding her. She done slapped him in the face. What a slap in the face. To know that this woman that you've been upholding over your baby mama that just laid down and had a child by you, that's probably faithful, loyal. Of course, y'all in the limelight. Everybody loves y'all. And you can have each and every one, anyone in that industry that you want. That's why it's so evil in there. And everybody just going from one another, sleeping with one another. They ain't even sleeping outside. They inside. Just like keep the bloodline in the inside. All of Hollywood is fucking each other. If you ain't married. Just imagine all that sickness that's running around in Hollywood. Because they all sleeping with the same people. And hell, they said Chris Brown and this one had this one and that one had this one. If they all had it and they all sleeping together, the whole industry sick. And that's just how I feel about it. They all groupies and they all sleeping with one another. Just think, Future done been with nothing never leaves Hollywood. So everybody done slept with everybody if you look at it. Sierra, she was a little Bow Wow. We heard about her and little Bow Wow.
52.
Miss Phoenix says she need to take a spiritual bath to clean his energy off of her. Yeah, cause if she don't, she gonna fall back in the hands of him, and he gonna take that baby. And I see him daggone asking for marriage, and that's how he gonna get that baby. Cause once he
Mm.
get married, he ain't got the daggone. It's not nothing. He just took his son.
She think it's gonna be a happy family.
No, he got an agenda behind why he want daggone get back with Krishan. And I wouldn't let him fall for it. You would not come into me. She and her family is so spiritual. He does not belong to that family. He's an outcast of their family as far as being unclean. Blueface is unclean. Krishan's fallen into some of the stuff, but she has a family that's a praying family as well. So you got to have a praying mother, a praying grandmother, aunties, and things of that nature. But I'm just seeing that he wants him and this girl wants this little baby so bad. But she ain't even all her babies ain't raised all the way up yet. Mm, mm, mm. And Krishan, that baby is gonna grow her up. He need to go on by himself and leave that girl alone. Let her find a man that's gonna love on her and that baby and raise that baby to be his. All he know is that man, not Blueface. Cause see, ain't no way Blueface. I would have him to sign his rights over. He couldn't have no rights over my baby. Mm-mm. It's sad when you're going through this as a youth. They're young. You should never have to be talking about a dad. How you gonna raise a baby? All you are. Matter of fact, what you gonna have the other baby mama taking care of that baby? I would never have another woman over my children like that. Like that. You know what I'm saying? The way that they doing things. He's doing his let me see. He doing this for clout to promote his number one new song. When he gets CR involved, his views go up. The more views, the more money. Wow. True though,
She's
she should pour all of her energies into her new baby till he's big enough to walk and talk. I'd hold off on dating for now. Krishan is 23, young enough to take a break from dating. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. He knows is magnetic, the true drawing power. Yes, and he's drawing on her. He don't know what to do. He don't know what to do. He don't know what to do. And her energy definitely is drawing, and he don't know what to do. That's just it. But don't come over here trying to daggone pretend that you love me when we've showed the world that we were toxic from the beginning. I don't want nothing to do with you. You know, I would never take my son away from you if you want to be in his life, but There is no more me and you. And I'm going to date. I'm going to enjoy my life. You're not going to dictate who comes in and out of my son's life with me. I'm 23 years old. I have my whole life ahead of me. My son, if I'm not married, may see a few men coming through. But hey, like I said, you're not my husband, and you wouldn't be coming with good intent to try to be my husband. You're trying to steal my son. And that's just flat out. That man don't love that young lady. So he need to go on. He need to move around and let her be a mother. Stop
Big
bashing.
Mama,
Huh?
he is not only stealing her son, he's stealing her joy also.
Yes, yes, yes. And she doesn't need that just coming out of the hospital. You can set a woman back like that.
Uh-huh.
Depression and what is the other one called?
Right.
What's that depression called?
Pregnancy depression.
Yeah, that. You could set her into one of those. Then she don't want to have nothing to do with the baby because she's so depressed and down and stuff like that. But the
Uh-huh.
thing is, you need to push on. If you this movie star, you this big time star, you don't even have time for your children that you have now with the other baby mom. And honey, she was beating all around the windows and stuff. I would not, What if that little boy had walked up to that screen door, that daggone patio door that she was banging with all that glass? It must be bulletproof because, honey, she was banging and carrying on and calling him all kind of names. He had locked her out the house. Like, this stuff ain't fun because this stuff is being done around children. And then Blueface, just very distasteful that you got to ask your baby, your 3 or 4 year old son. I don't know how old the oldest little baby is that he has by Jalen or whatever her name is. But that little boy, you're questioning your son if his mother is cheating. Is she bringing men in? The baby, he too young to even answer. I mean, he might be older than that, but hell, he look young to me. To be questioning that baby. Whoa. I just thought that was very distasteful. That you asked a young baby that age if your mom is cheating on you. Like, did you see that, Dora?
Wow. No.
Yes. Walks in, asks the little boy that's standing there, is the mom cheating on him? The little boy just look at him. Because he really didn't even answer his dad. I think he said
Wow.
no or something he said. But wow.
How can you ask a child that?
Right. Why is he even in the middle of that kind of stuff? He's a baby.
Wow.
Poor parenting is in these. I yearn to be a parent. And some people are parents and don't know what to do with them. That's why when I have Fat Daddy and Boom, I go out. When I go to the park, I run around with them. I play with them. We throw football. We have fun. That's why Fat Daddy be wanting to come to Grandma's house. And if I had a car, every time he called me, Dora, I would go get my baby. Because that's what grandma's is. I remember just as day, like it was the day my grandma. And I loved everything about that woman. And she gave me the world. Even if I didn't, anything that I asked my grandmama for, it was never a no. Never a no. And one thing about grandmamas, they sure can cook. Oh,
Oh
yes, ma'am.
yes.
Yes, ma'am. And see, we got to understand with our children, too, that we're not the only side of their family. They got their daddy side of the family. They got their grandmamas. Do we not know that we have not only my mom and my mama's mama, but you got your daddy and your daddy's mama, okay? And then their daddies and daddy's mamas and stuff like that. This stuff go deep, man. And we all some kin to each other if you go down your tree. Be surprised how many people that live around you that is your family members. White, black, Hispanic, they all come from us. We created all of these races. Ain't that something? Boy, that feel good to say that too. We got the power. We are the power. We created all of these races and they hate us. Boy, it's good to be old and knowledgeable too. That's why I appreciate everything that I know. Wise wisdom, knowledge. Get it. It's so detrimental to have knowledge. And you don't get it from a school. God give it to you. Yes,
Hmm.
ma'am.
Oh, I have to run.
All right, I love you, girl.
You
Have a
hear from me
good
later.
day. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye bye. Yes. But I just, you know, life is one thing about life is definitely hard. Ain't nothing. You know, y'all one little old kids, y'all little grown, little old fast girls want to get out here. Oh, I can't wait till I'm 18. I can't wait till I can have a baby. Baby, somebody need to tell you that's an older person. Them babies can stay where they at. Once you want a career, once you want to go out to the club, all that go away once these babies come into the world. All your clubbing is over, little girl. All your going to hang out with your daggone friends is over, little girl. Cause mama and grandma ain't daggone be one. Some of them too damn prissy and too daggone special, and they want to daggone be they kids' friends instead of being a grandmother. Yes, ma'am. It's time to wake up. And pay the piper. It's okay to get old. I love being old. It's okay being a grandmother. It lets you know where you stand. Some people ain't got there yet. I wanted to say these guys because we all have a lot of family members and aunties and stuff like that that think they still young. They don't want to be their age. They don't want to grow up. They don't want to be grandparents. I'm so happy to be old, called old, missing a tooth. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to see a gray hair because some people haven't seen that. Some people don't, oh, they freak out when they see a gray hair. And for what? It's okay to grace. And baby, I mean, getting old and growing old gracefully. Take care of yourself. Groom yourself. Love on yourself. Sometimes the people that didn't give you the love that you expected to get, sometimes you got to give it and get it to yourself. Yes, ma'am. Love on yourself. I had to learn how to love on myself. That's how I got out of my addiction. And I didn't daggone do that with what they call it a 12 step. Let me tell y'all something. I would go to 12 steps. That didn't work for me. Because I'd be ready to get out and go get high. Yes, ma'am. All they did was talk about getting high. Shit, I'm sitting in that daggone thing telling one of my friends that I used to go to 12 steps with, bitch, I'm about to go get me a hit. They done got my stomach boiling and off in here and honey trying to clean me up. Shit, they got me disturbed. You hear me? But life has beaten a lot of us up. but it ain't beat us down. Boy, when you came out, you stand 10 toes down. And don't let nobody beat you down about your past or your life, or you was an orphan and you didn't matter and you weren't gonna never be nothing or nobody, because people will beat you down with that word. You ain't never gonna be nothing to nobody. And God will work around. God will tell you and show these people that you will be somebody, rather you like it or not. And here they're going to knock you down and make you see that those people that you thought was your people was never those people that you thought they were. They just kin by blood. Boy, some of us done had kids from hell. Oh, yes, man, you dealing with kids that you just don't know what path they going through, because you trying to be a good mother, you try to be a good father, but your kids don't want to listen. Oh, no, ma'am. They think they know it all, but we done been through it. So that's why we try to keep our babies out of harm's way. Good mothers do. I'm a good damn mother. You hear me? And I'll never let my auntie and none of them take that away from me. Never. Birthdays and things of that nature that I miss from my kids, baby, I give it to God and ask God for every birthday that my auntie let me not be able to have with my children, for any Christmases that they denied gifts coming through that door or anything like that. Yeah, let's tell the truth about that. I gave it to God. I asked the life be abundantly over my children until I close my eyes. Yes, ma'am. And God is their father. For some that say, Mommy, who is my father? Y'all know. God, first and foremost. And my second coming, when I do, they're going to leave out of here and I do get another chance of this thing called life. I know not what to do next time. And I know what mistakes not to make and do. And any mistakes that I make, any children is supposed to come from me, Lord Jesus, let me be able to raise them in the next life. And let me be the perfect, I want to be a perfect mom, that I have no blemishes on my children. They love their mother unconditional, because they don't know I could have died giving birth to those babies, but they here. Hey, Blunt Boo. How you feeling, cousin? I'm just spitting some knowledge out here, because it's a whole lot of generational curses and a whole lot of dirty things going on. And people, it's time to clean our souls up, because a lot of us is dirty within. And your dirt is shining on the outside of you. I had a little faggot cousin come in and try to tell me about something. And that word is so dirty, faggot. Because every time you think about it, it's a dirty act. Two men daggone in a dirty act. So he tried to tell me something. And I don't take kind to no faggot telling me nothing. When your back end is blowed out. And everything. I ain't gonna let no faggot tell me nothing. Because you under the spell of the agenda anyways. And I'ma just put it out there. The agenda is on you, punk. The hell. They uphold y'all things. You're confused as vessels. In a skin that the Lord gave you, but you're confused to think that you're a woman with a dick and balls. And I'm just gonna keep it clearly just as big as day like that. You got dick and balls, but you think you got a coochie. And your coochie is a boochie because somebody running up in your back end. In a minute, you ain't gonna have nothing. Your farts gonna come out, instead of clapping like that, they gonna come out like, because ain't nothing there. You're just a hole. been ran up through, and got the nerve to be talking about a woman being a hoe. You a hoe as a man, and you ain't even getting paid for being a hoe. You're just a nasty ass freak if you ask me. You a daggone man's dumpster for his babies, bitch. That's all you is a dumpster. Now, and there you have it from Big Mama. You a dumpster for a man. Shit. I done daggone spit out a whole lot of them. But baby, you ain't taking them, and that's how the hell you out here. Some of y'all probably got prostate cancer because you got babies swimming in your back end. Yes, ma'am. They belong in a vagina. They don't belong in a daggone man's rump. And that's just keeping it clear. Our babies belong to us, punks. The hell? That's why they trying to turn y'all all gay. So don't be no more babies being born. I'm just keeping it real. It's knowledge over here in Big Mama Show. Okay? And I don't care who it make mad, who please. At the end of the day, this fair game for everybody out here in America. The agenda is on us. When they daggone bought Obama in here, he the daggone antichrist of our people. And everything. I'm still down, but I'm moving around. Amen. Y'all keep blending prayers, all my prayer warriors. You know what I'm saying? Because God, if you still here, you written in the book of life. We don't believe in death. We came back to fight the war, a spiritual warfare. And nobody know about it but Jesus and God's people. Yes, ma'am. so y'all evil folks to be talking about, oh, I love the Lord know my heart and everything. He sure do. He know you a snake, you a reptilian that was in the garden. You belong to that bloodline. You are nothing of God. You do not belong to him. Y'all are dirty. Y'all have sex with one another. Y'all are definitely of the bloodline that is inbreed. Yes, ma'am. And I tell it like a TI is, and I don't give a dang on who would like it or who it pleases. It is what it is. Inbred bloodline. I don't want no parts of it. God, I repent for anything that I've done that I wasn't supposed to do because I didn't know. See, we got grown folks out here, grown people out here that don't even want to keep the family together because they too busy tearing the family apart, people. All of us got dysfunctional families, whether it's on your mama's side or your daddy's side. It's all effed up. Somebody got to tell it. This ain't the Jerry Springer show. This ain't Maury Povich show. This the Big Mama show. And this real and uncut over here, baby. We tell nothing but truth. Yeah, I used to smoke crack, but I ain't never been no fiend. Okay? I enjoyed getting high. Yeah. So ain't nobody going, oh, you crackhead, baby, that crack you put in my mouth today, gonna be the crack that's in your kid's mouth and your grandbaby's life. Just done told them all that already. And baby, I'm seeing my daggone God beat some of the people that done hurt me so down that they homeless and they ain't got nowhere to go. Because that's what they told the courts why I couldn't get my kids, because I was homeless and I didn't have nowhere to go to take my kids. You a damn lie. I had a whole mother side of the family. Me and my babies would have been good. Oh, yes, ma'am. Bloodline ain't shit. Kin ain't shit. Families stick together. They don't sit around a table and talk about everybody in the family. Everybody in the family. I never seen nothing like the family that I have on that daddy side. Oh, no, ma'am. And I'm talking about broken. It's broken. I wonder if it'll ever be fixed because of the youth that sat around these grown folks all their lives and got all these lies told on other people. And it's sad. And I'm so glad my little cousins, little kids ain't bought into that, because I already knew that Michael and all of them was going to be tainted because they came from a tainted tree. And that tainted tree is the root of all of our family's problems from the beginning. So yeah, I enjoy being a grandmother. I enjoy getting old because some people didn't make it. So if you here today, you're a part of the lifeline, and you don't give up on nothing. Let these doctors tell you sick. No, ma'am. You pray over your body. They told me I got cancer, baby, and I've been living with it for 19 years without a radiation or no chemotherapy. I got God. He said, just have a little bit of trust in him and he'll heal everything. But when you give up on you and you give up on your God, guess what? Then here come death. Oh no, ma'am. We here to live and fight a spiritual warfare. That's why we here. And all that sicknesses and stuff that they putting in y'all. They putting this stuff in y'all. Y'all running to the hospital. I got cancer and it been in my breast for daggone 19 years. But God did it. That's all I can say. God did it. And he's so magnificent. And he's so wonderful. And he'll heal you. You just got to believe in who God is. He said he healed you by Jesus' strikes. He did that. And I love the Lord. And I don't choose to be going down the devil's path, because guess what? The devil path is big. There's a whole lot of people going down it. I don't want to partake in nothing that is not of God. Not no clubs, not no drinking. I'm trying to stop smoking herb. Yes, ma'am. My husband talking about shit. But I want to be clean. Because when the rapture come, I don't want to be left here. I don't want to be here on earth dealing with this tribulations that's going to happen. I don't. I want to be caught up in the clouds when the mothership come to get us all for the last trip before America fall. Yes, ma'am. God is good. And we all need to choose him today. We need to choose God. We need to stop dealing with people that got dark energy on them. Even if it's a family, it could be a mama, it could be your daddy. It don't matter. We got to learn to let go of these people that are dark. I don't never want to have to come through and do nothing where I got to pull up on a family member. No, ma'am. I just want to live my life, and them people that I done let go of my life and my children are no longer in their hands no more. Those people were cut off then because they weren't supposed to be in my life after my kids grew up. It was a reason for that. God didn't write my book wrong. He wrote it right. And he's still writing it. And I'm along for the ride, Father God. I sure am. Because I know you are a part of my life now. Not Lucifer and not Lucifer's candy. And not Lucifer's daggone little trolls that he had that used it through my family to steal my children away from me. No, ma'am. My God has got everything in control. Those children that are lost will be back because I know my God is good. I cried a million nights because my family, I thought, was giving my children the love that I wasn't giving them. I cried many nights on my pillows, y'all. My kids don't know how many. All my cousins on that side had their children. And some of them had mine. And they kept my children out my life until they turned 18 and kicked them out the door with nothing back to me. Guess who had to open their arms to children that I never raised? Me, dear old mommy, the birth mother. That my children was taught that I didn't want them, I didn't love them, I gave them away, all the lies. But I can hear today to tell my story and my children's story and my little cousin's story. God is good. And we don't have to weep and cry because God is whooping their tails, and we can laugh about it now. The word homeless, now all your children homeless. Only one ain't homeless is dear old Monty. But I wonder if she would even take in a brother or sister or the whole family. Because that's what family is for. We all got homes. But everybody that's over there that's done talked about us, why would we want to open our doors for any of them? They talked about us like dogs. Sat around tables and talked about me and my children like we were dogs. Like shit under their shoes. And my babies was molested on that side of the family. And don't let me call out names. But oh wow. Hats off to daggone generational curses. Somebody gotta break that motherfucker. And it gotta be the daggone root of all of the daggone troubles. That dear old daggone root of all the daggone tree of the family. The oldest of the family. But they want to act like they don't want to be grandmothers anymore. They want to be friends to their children. Their children don't even know how to be grandparents because they still want to be young and don't even want to claim, don't call me grandma. What grandchildren walk around and call their... Now listen, Cash, I watched this baby came out my daughter's womb. I wish he would call me Carla. He can call me Big Mama. He can call me Grandma. But he will never call me Carla. That's a disrespect to your grandmother. And for you to teach your other children that weren't raised with these children, that shows a lot about you. You're not young anymore. If you got gray hair in your head, you a grandmother. Own up to your daggone mistakes. Apologize to your children. Because I apologize to my my babies that are out there on a regular. I'm sorry. I apologize whatever I done to y'all for y'all to hurt. Mommy never expected it to be like that. And I never expected none of these people to do the things that they've done to y'all. And for my oldest daughter, whatever happened to you, mommy would never wanted that to happen to you. And I know I done said some hateful things to you because you done said them to me. But I bet you one thing, I ain't never meant none of it. Because I love y'all unconditional. All of y'all the same. I ain't got no pick on with one of my favorite kids. I don't got a favorite. Because I love them unconditional. They came from me. They said exactly as Shirley MacLaine titled her book, Singing While Aging. Saging while aging. Wisdom comes with age. Honor my birth year. Amen. I'm a 70s baby. And I'm so glad that I was in that era because I'm right at the daggone cusp of it all. Yes, ma'am, that when life was people was living and enjoying life in the 70s, and you can leave your screen door open all night long, and you can have sleepovers on the daggone, screened in porch, and you didn't have to worry about nobody coming in and bothering you or robbing you. Them was the good old days. Them 70s was. Yes, ma'am. And as the years got, older, the times got older, and the youth now are older people in their youth bodies, and they don't even know how to use their powers. They were sent here to fight a war, but they too busy trying to be famous and seen and known. All you gotta do is sit back. Gotta give you everything that you need to shine from, just from your mouth. People ain't even gotta see you. They just listen to you. Some people say, Big Mama, I put you on before I go to bed at night. I fall asleep to you. Because you got so much knowledge to just be 53. And I'm so thankful to be able to give some of it to some of y'all. Because, our older people didn't daggone. Oh, yes, man, my auntie, she was. That Auntie Lyra, one thing about her, and I miss her today, she made me the woman I am. And I'm proud of that. Not my mother, not none of my aunties, not Peggy Gathers, not none of them. Lyra Welch get that honor. Not even the woman that birthed me get that honor. And that's why I feel the way that I do about Miss Brown. She get all the honor and glory and praise from me. When you took on somebody else's children and you loved those children like they were your own. My auntie and them took my children, and the kids don't know nothing about no love. Not loving on their mama, not loving on their own children. Because they don't know love. Because my children was babies for benefits for my family. Yes, ma'am. I like to tell my story on a big platform that ain't my platform. Because the world needs to know that there are some family members out here that's dirty and they snakish as they want to be. And sometimes people need to be exposed for who they are instead of sitting behind daggone golden houses and daggone sitting behind Queen Anne furniture like they queens and shit, living in daggone beautiful daggone surroundings with ugly hearts. Yes, ma'am. Because the most ugly hearted people got the most beautiful insides of their houses. I mean, everything look like it belong in heaven, but they look and they live filthy, dirty, and disgusting. Thank you, Miss Tamika. Thank you, baby. It's very much disgusting. And I've never seen a family. Generational curses have got to stop. They got to stop because it's youth that's getting tainted with all of this mess. And that is why God is coming in to destroy the daggone world today, because it's gone into the babies, all this gay mess and stuff. Yes, ma'am. The whole world is dirty now. It done got through our kids, the babies. This agenda, they're teaching it in the schools. My babies wouldn't even went to school if they was teaching that kind of mess in school. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And welcome in, Miss Tamika, baby. Welcome. And I'm proud to be a grandmother. I'm proud to be able to daggone went through a drug habit. I'm proud to have walked. I'm every daggone lesson that I learned in my life, and this is why God gave my husband to me. Because regardless of how family feel about us, I still have the love for my husband. And them people try to tell me I don't care for him. You got me twisted. I belong to God. And when I told this man I do, I meant I do. I'm not going to stand around and let no man disrespect me and tell me what he ain't going to do for me when I know God gave you to me for you to do and us to do for one another? How can I do 50 when you're only doing 10? I need all the way or no way. And that's why I'm in this the marriage for the long haul. Because God gave him to me. So I don't care about what his family say. You know, it's a lot of our families out here that try to dictate our relationships, and they relationships is all up in damn shambles. They men don't want them, or they don't want they men. Get the fuck out my relationship. And I'ma tell all of y'all, stay out my relationship when your relationship is in the shambles. Okay? Because a lot of your families is the reason why y'all's relationships is in shambles right now. You go to your auntie trying to get advice. She tried to tell you something. And hell, she done been through 10 men, 10 husbands. No, ma'am, you can't give me no daggone of relationship advice. No, ma'am. So like I said, I'm so thankful. I guess I'm back. I'm turned off, guys. But I wanted to let y'all know that, again, don't let nobody steal your joy. Enjoy. Um, um, confused on how things is going in our lives. I'm just confused on everything going on in my family at this point. But yeah, some of that. I'll be back, y'all, because people is disturbed about my life and everything. Yes, ma'am. So I will be back with y'all here in a little bit.